Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good Monday morning. Hope everyone had a good weekend. All right, so watching a few different stocks this morning. Watching BRN, you can see it's gapping up from 178 to 228. Watching RWLK, this one ran a decent amount on Friday. You can see it went up from about 70 cents all the way to 135 or so during market hours on Friday. It's down to 112 now, but it's over the whole dollar of one. Keeping an eye on that one. Also watching CLF, you can see CLF gapping up from 996 to 1058. Relatively small gap, but it's moving some. It moved some Friday as well, so we'll watch this one. HCLP gapping up from 1085 to 1280. Also looking at, let's see, STAF maybe, need some more volume. CTRV, which is gapping up from 90 cents to $1.12, reached 140 in pre-market. I'm watching TLRY. You can see this one gapped all the way up to 33.90. It's back down to 31.22. It's still up from 29.77, so still up in pre. Big day Friday. We'll see where this one goes today as well. Looking at NBEV, small gap. We'll see if it can pick up some more volume. SAEX, see if it has a second day wash or something like that. It ended up tanking and failing on Friday, and so seeing if it holds under this 215 level where it had this previous support right here. It's sitting right around $2 now. MTSL, kind of the same plan as SAEX with this one. Kind of washed out some Friday, looking for a possible second day fade. We'll see where it goes. RIOT, this one all kind of depends on what crypto and Bitcoin does. It's a blockchain related stock. It's up some in pre from 590 to 630. Going to keep an eye on it. And JMEI gapping up from 207 to 223 right now, or to 228, I'm sorry. So we'll see where this one goes as well. And yeah, that's basically it right now. Let's see. I'm missing one. RWLK is what I had here. So let's see how many of these are actually tradable. Before I do that, I'm gonna give Mitch a call, see if I can get Mitch on the stream here. Okay, he's ready. All right, give me a second, guys. Alright, what's up, guys? Mitch is here.
What's going on? What's going on, guys?
Alright, so yeah, I was saying the ones I'm going over BRN. Looks okay. I don't think it's tradable. RWLK is up significantly from that 70-cent level where it started to push Thursday. CLF is up from 996 to 1058. HCLP, probably the biggest watch. HCLP. CTRV is another one I'm keeping an eye on, up from 85 cents. TLRY. A few other ones. I'll go ahead and post my watch list in the chat. Let me go ahead and catch back up with the chat. Good morning, Missouri. Good morning. Ayush. Good morning. Muscle Hamster. Good morning. Kang. Good morning. Can I ask you about TLRY? Do you think it's drowning out all the other MJ stocks, or will it bell ignite a rally? I don't know much about it, and so I'm gonna have to look up the news. But you know, a lot of times the MJ stocks aren't tradable, and so I don't know too much about them. I'll have to look that one up. But it looks good in pre. I mean, it's gapping up some, showed some strength Friday, kind of bounced off the VWAP, had a really, you know, if you look at this. The first thing I noticed from this chart is you can see how many times this thing just bounced directly off of the VWAP, and this is what Mitch and I and Mike were talking about this weekend. We had like a little conference. Like, there's kind of an opposing side to the VWAP fade. It's kind of like a VWAP bounce where the stock, instead of just washing out, bouncing off the VWAP, holding it as resistance, it kind of bounces off the VWAP, holding it as support. And for a long setup as opposed to a short setup. So you can see it bounces off the VWAP, pushes up, comes back down, bounces off the VWAP, pushes back up. And so that's kind of setup I was talking about here. It happens a decent amount. I'm just not a long bias trader, but you know, even I can kind of notice this setup when it's doing it. One thing I've noticed is that it has to have support there previously. If it's never had support at the VWAP, if it kind of just cuts through it, it's not as reliable. Good morning, Tiny. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, J&M in the morning show. Sonic, what's up, brother? Yeah, what's up, Mike? How you doing, brother? Good morning, sweetie pie. Small position on CPST and potentially some good news today during their event. Hoping to exit with some nice gains. Good luck to everyone. Yeah, good luck to you as well, sweetie pie. I hope you do well in that trade. What's up, Adrian's World? Good morning, brother. DDE. Yeah, let's look at DDE. Yeah, DDE doesn't look bad. I didn't even notice this one earlier. It doesn't look like it's going to be tradable. Let's see, moment of truth. No tradable, unfortunately. But it doesn't look bad. Good morning, Anthony. What's up, brother? TLRY. Yeah, definitely watching TLRY. Leandro, good morning. BRN is bearish right now. I mean, if it breaks underneath here, this 220 level, I could see it dropping down to 2, and then maybe bouncing and then coming back down to 175 or something like that, maybe. But it could easily push up above the VWAP, break 250, and start to run, test this high of pre-market at 287. So there's no telling. Good morning, Christian. Jimmy.
Put up your watch list whenever you get a chance.
Oh, here you go. Oh, wait. No, I can't send this. Hold on one second. Alright, yeah, here's my watch list thus far. There you go. Alright, so, BRN, yeah, it all depends, man. You know, I kind of see it as bearish. Usually I like shorting stocks like that, but we'll see. Good morning, Sean. What's up, brother? Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, humans. Humans suck.
Hey guys, just want to remind you guys about the Trade Ideas demo. You guys can go ahead and get it today. It's going to last 5 days for you. Even if you don't get it today, you have until Wednesday to get that demo. It's an $8 demo. I really suggest it for people that have never used it before. It's definitely a really great tool to use, and I think the best scanner out there in the business.
Yeah, for sure. Good morning, Casa. Good morning, Sky. Good morning, Rayleigh. Good morning. How do we see if a stock is tradable on TradeNet? So, Rayleigh, you go over. How you been, Rayleigh? I haven't seen you in a while as well. Sorry. But yeah, you go over to your trade manager. You go to symbol and you just type it in here. Like you could see CLF is tradable. HCLP is tradable. BRN is not. DDE is not. STAF is. CTRV is. RWLK is. TLRY is tradable. NBVEV is not. SAEX is. MTSL is. RIOT is. JMEI is. And so, let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 3 out of 13 that are not tradable. The rest are tradable. So 10 out of 13 are tradable. So that's pretty good. Not a bad morning. Good morning, Casey Mack, DeAndrew. Hope everyone had a good weekend. So, yeah, one thing I was noticing, Mitch, with some of these is that, like, if you look at the perfect example of the VWAP fade that we went over, like, if you look at, let me find an example of it. I have to edit my list a little bit, kind of tweak something here. Let's see, 20 days. So, one thing I noticed, Mitch, is that if you look at some of these good examples of the VWAP fade, like DERM was one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And you go all the way. So the biggest thing I've noticed with these VWAP fades, this is why I texted you late last night, bro. But look, so you can see how it broke this support here in pre-market, like this big support level, right? And then it had this gap to fill down. You see the gap on DERM on the 29th of June?
Hold on, I'm not seeing anything. There you go. It's starting to come up on the live stream.
Okay, yeah, you see this gap right here? The gap. The point is, like you can see it broke under this support right here, and then it cracked, and it was like the perfect example of a VWAP fade. Like if you look at another example, AXON, it's the same thing. Like look, it's the same thing. It broke under this. Right, like look, it broke under the support here. Same thing with AXON, a perfect example of the VWAP fade again. You know, it broke under this support it had here and filled the bottom half of the gap going down. And these are those all-day fade ones. And so I think that's what, like, something big we should look for with these type of setups is a lot of, like, the big support level in pre-market and after hours, and look for a crack underneath that, like, while a simultaneous VWAP fade is going on. And I think it'll be a much more reliable. I don't know how often we're going to get that exact setup, but, you know, I think if we do see that setup, then we should go big with it, you know.
Yeah, that's more A+ setup is going to be on stocks that are gapped up like that, and that we have that shadow there to actually help us. We don't want any key support in that area. That's also a very important thing. Right. You're noticing if you look back through that shadow, you won't see any key support in that area.
Exactly.
So that's why when it hits that shadow, it just falls right through.
Yep. So let's focus on that. I noticed a lot of times when it fails, like it does the same, like it has a lot of like support and resistance in those areas. And so, you know, that's something I've noticed is that you have to have that gap fill to a certain extent.
Yep.
All right. So, wait, what was the other stock I was watching this morning? BRN. Yeah, BRN's not tradable, unfortunately, but it looks okay. So let's go over the news. First one I'll go ahead and look at BRN here. This is the only one I'm, you know, really bummed out I can't trade. Maybe that and DDE, but DDE, it looks, you know, DDE. I mean, I don't know. DDE doesn't look too bad. All right, so BRN, let's see. All right, so yeah, BRN is to acquire oil gas properties in Alberta for $10.5 million. Yeah, so BRN stated early today that its subsidiaries agreed to acquire certain stakes in oil and gas properties within Alberta, Canada. So I think that's why it's most likely up. Yeah. So they're going to acquire some oil and gas properties in Alberta, Canada for BRN. And so, I mean, this is kind of the one, I'm kind of bummed out I can't trade it, Mitch, because, like, this is kind of the one, you see it has this support here at 221. And so if it has a VWAP fade while cracking under this support at 220, you know, it could fade all the way back down to 170. So we'll see, you know. But that's kind of that same setup where it has all this support here. If it cracks underneath, it looks really good. So unfortunately we can't trade it, but I'm going to watch it just to see how viable that, you know, kind of indicator is.
Definitely.
Another one I'm looking at is DDE. It sounds like DDE entered into a deal to ultimately merge with Twin River Holdings. So DDE stands for Dover Downs Gaming and Entertainment Incorporated. They operate gaming and entertainment resorts. And the terms of the merger were that Dover shares will be exchanged for Twin River common stock, representing a 7.2% stake in equity of the combined company. So, merger with DDE. We'll see what happens with this one at the open as well. I don't think it's necessarily complete yet. We'll see. I don't know. So next one I'm looking at CLF here. CLF. A lot of people changing their buy ratings and stuff like that. I mean, I don't really see anything for CLF unless something kind of came out with it on Monday, or on Friday, which is what I'm guessing. Yeah, second quarter results came out on Friday of last week for CLF, and it sounds like they were good. So good second quarter results. Let's see. A lot of press releases, kind of hard to read this one. Yeah, the second quarter results beat the street expectations, and then people ended up upgrading the rating and price target and stuff like that for CLF after the earnings and revenue were good. And so CLF up on that momentum from Friday. You can see it made a really nice move here up to 1040 on Friday, so we'll see where this one goes today. Watching HCLP here, HCLP. Bottom left chart. Alright, so it sounds like they announced a offering, and it's also an acquisition. Let's see. So,
Is DDD tradable?
DDE?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's not.
These top two aren't. DDE and BRN. I was watching RWLK instead, and there's also, if you look at CTRV. CTRV is another option. But for HCLP, let me get the news out for this one real quick. Yeah, so HCLP stands for High Crush Partners. They're expanding last mile capabilities because they're acquiring FB Industries. They announced an amendment to an existing supply agreement, and they also provided preliminary estimates of selected second quarter results. So it sounds like they had estimates of their second quarter. They're acquiring. And they're also announced a distribution of 75 cents per unit for the second quarter of this year. So they had a lot of stuff come out with this one. They're offering $450 million of senior notes in connection with the FB Industries acquisition. And their second quarter results were about the same as the street expectations. And so acquisition, second quarter results for HCLP, it's up a decent amount. We'll watch it now. Looking at, let's see, TLRY. A lot of people telling me to look at this one. It's a MJ stock. It's a cannabis stock. Up a lot in pre. TLRY. Let's see what's going on with this one. Looking for any news on this one. Okay, so Tilray. So it sounds like this was an IPO. Was that correct? Let's see. Yeah, so this is a recent IPO, TLRY. It opened up the 19th. So, what was that, Thursday? It opened up on Thursday. It's up. Man, it's up about 33% since then. A little bit more than that, actually. So, really nice move here on TLRY. So, we'll see where this one goes as well. Kind of scary, recent IPO, but, you know, definitely worth a watch. So, we'll see where TLRY goes. NBEV gapping up slightly, ever so slightly for NBEV. Had a nice little move Friday. Yeah, so it sounds like their second quarter results came out. I don't really feel like reading it, but I'm assuming it was positive since it's up for NBEV. Also looking at SAEX. This one's just going to be a second day momentum play, second or third day momentum play. See where this one goes. It ran a lot last week, so watching that one. Same thing with MTSL here. Looking for second day fades in both of these for MTSL. Watching RIOT. See if it starts moving. It'll probably take a big move in crypto for this one to move, but it's worth a watch. I think it's a lot of people say it's not a good company, talking about RIOT, but we'll see. And then the last one I'm looking at is JMEI. It's up some as well. So, yeah, that's the news on most of these so far. Let me know if you guys see anything else. Yeah, RWLK is tradable, Brendan. Or Brennan. Brendan, sorry. JMEI is up some. Very small amount, but it's up some. Alright, so Mitch and I were talking about it. Today's the day I have to use bigger sizing. It's kind of that time. I did actually finish last week. I finished Friday green. And so I did have one last profitable trade on Friday. You can see my account does actually reflect that because it was down to 13,810. And so my account does reflect that Friday was a profitable trade. I do have the video somewhere, so if you want me to upload the video to YouTube, I can as well. But it's only an $8 gain. Less than that was net profit, but it was a net profit day. And so last week that makes it so that I had 4 profitable days and only 1 losing day last week using the VWAP fades setup and strategy. And so, you know, I think it's about that time. Hopefully we get a few decent setups today. Good morning, Best. Good morning, Sky. Leandro ISR. Alright, hold the stream down for a second, Mitch.
I got you.
Alright, I'll be back.
Alright, guys, alright. So, main watch for today so far is going to be, for me, I'm going to be watching out of the open, Staff, BioC, RWLK. Not too much of a fan of the other two that, you know, I mean, we have 2 major ones that we can't trade, so I'm not going to really worry about that. Just get them off my mind. And more looking for some big action at the beginning, trying to get that VWAP fade. I could see RWLK testing again up there to those highs of 135 and then failing. This stock was trying to regain its listing. Stocks have to stay at a certain amount of time over $1 to stay in the market or their actual market. So that's why this stock went and broke 1. So now we're going to see if it's able to hold 1 and really get up there. A lot of shorters are going to be looking at this stock. I saw the shorters come in there at 135s and 124 was the real main price where I really saw the shorters get in there. So that's what we're going to be looking for as a real price to see if it really starts swinging back up. I'd want it to get back over that 124, 125 and make a push towards 135. Another stock that I'm watching just more on the daily, just because this is part of what I'm looking for, is IQ and Hula. These are bigger stocks that have made a run and are now looking like they're coming back down to the support. I see 30, 45 for IQ.
All right, I'm back.
And Hula, I could see 30, 24. So those are just some that I'm just keeping on the side, bigger stocks, just to watch. I like that HCLP.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Holding really well all pre-market. You see it ran, then held a nice support there underneath that 13 and held it for longer than 5 minutes, holding a good support, and then it got a little bit of volume there at 903, and that's why it's made this run back up to the highs there at 1330s.
Yep, it looks good as well.
So what I'll be looking for this stock is I actually want to see this stock wash out a little bit at the open, seeing as it's starting to get a little bit extended. So I'll look for a washout coming back down probably around at 12.89, and then a red to green move through that $13 price. That's my visualization for HCLP.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna short it, I want to see the trend stay bearish for a little while. I don't want to short it into that first drop because, like you said, I think it's just too likely that it's going to do a washout long, or, you know, what some people call red to green, you know.
holding way too high.
Right.
These stocks usually have a tendency of washing a little bit because it's extended pre-market.
Yeah.
So people start taking profits the moment the bell rings. Long-term traders that you've been in since like, $10, they're willing to take their profit up there at 13.
So it comes
So
down.
yeah, so that's what we'll look for. We'll look for the support really to hold. Now, if it breaks through that support really hard at 1289 and it gets down to like, let's say, the 1270s, then we can start looking at it as it slams down through the moving averages, through the VWAP. But I think you're going to get that hold off the support there at 1290, 1291,
Yeah.
1289 there in that area.
So we got somebody asking, size up, how many shares are you buying now? So Mitch and I talked about it. We kind of worked out a plan last night. The way it's going to be is it's going to be my max loss per day is going to be $40, right? And so $40 is going to be what I'm willing to lose. If I lost every day of this week and I had a $30 loss, my max weekly loss is going to be $150. And, we're going to be doing this for 2 weeks just to kind of exclude out variance. And so, if my max loss of the day is $40, my potential gain where I'm really going to try to achieve is $80. So I'm going to try to double that. And same thing, my weekly gain, I'm going to try to make it 300. But I have to use bigger sizing. If I take a hit in this account, that's okay. But I've shown consistent profits lately. I've shown a really good win rate, a really good cents per share gains. And so now it's all about just adjusting my size to actually make some bigger gains out of the market,
Yeah, man, this is the real key. I always say that you got to find when you can test your levels, your skill levels. And as we've been seeing John have a good couple weeks lately, he's going to go ahead and test his skill level. This is what we do as traders. We start pushing, and you want to push at the right moment when your stats agree to it. And that's why we're going to go ahead and do this trial run. I have faith that,
Whoa.
in the strategy.
I don't mean to interrupt you. Look at HCLP. What do you think? That was a glitch?
You just probably...
Do you see that?
I'll check it out.
It dropped.
See the level 2s.
My bad for interrupting you, bro.
No,
but
good.
It dropped from 1310 down to 12 in like half a second. And then bounced right back up.
So
I'm guessing it's
look
a
for
glitch.
the level 2s. Level 2s, there's actually a sale that went through there at 12.
Ooh, then somebody got screwed, Or I don't know, maybe it was a long, maybe they were gifted a long. Who knows?
Yeah, sometimes what that means is I want to see on HCLP how is it institutionally? Who owns this?
Yeah.
What percentage of institution owns this? So this is what I want to see on this. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just one thing I've noticed is that I was looking through my statistics on TradeNet, right? And I noticed that most of the time I have profitable days, although they are small. But a lot of times since I'm trading so small, it was still a net loss. Even though I may be green at the end of the day, it's still a net loss at the end of the day just because I'm using small sizing, and so the commissions doesn't cover it. And so the natural progression in that is just to slowly start moving my sizing up. And if I lose this TradeNet account, that's okay. I can open up another one, a student account, if I need to. The goal is, to take my shots when I'm doing well,
Exactly. That's what we're going to do today. I have faith that in the end, we're going to go ahead and succeed with this. Start getting a nice streak going.
Right. And I mean,
I'm going to be trading the same plan, guys. That's one thing that we agreed to. For me and John to be trading together the way we've been doing, it's going to be helpful that we trade in the same share size and have like the same kind of plan. That way we can hold each other accountable and kind of be like a mentoree to each other. The same way you guys should look for other traders to help you in staying into your rules. One of the key things I've always seen is that, being as transparent as John is and I on our trading, it actually helps us, guys. There's no hiding. There's no, hey, we lose 800 one day and then make $20 and want to talk about it to you guys.
Right.
We're always there, going to show you guys our wins and our losses, and there's no hiding from them.
Right. I can't cherry pick my trades and then show you guys only the winners. You guys see all of my trades, and so,
Makes a big difference.
Right, for sure. It helps me be accountable, and it actually helps my trading to a certain extent because I know, like, if I start acting reckless and take massive losses, other people can see it. You know what I mean? And so it kind of calms me down, makes me stay a little bit more, you know, accountable to myself in trading. One thing I don't want, though, since I'm using bigger sizing today, like a very common thing that I usually see is like, you know, I have a green day. I have a green day. I don't hear anything, or sometimes I hear like support from people in the chat. Have a green day. Have a green day, and then I have one red day, and all the critics just start coming out saying I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing this. My strategy's not good. I need to do this, and yada yada yada. And so it kind of like green days, I really don't hear anything, but red days is when all the critics come out. And so if I do take a bigger than normal loss, which I'm going to because my sizing's bigger, and so naturally I'm going to start taking bigger losses as well as hopefully bigger gains. But I just got to say, you know, be supportive. Don't be hypercritical. You know what I mean? Because like I have to get used to using bigger sizing. It puts more pressure on me when everybody's critical. And so I'm just trying to, you know, have better mental stability with bigger sizing, which is what I need to work on. You know, I'm comfortable using small sizing. I really don't care, but I have to be comfortable using bigger sizing as well. And that's kind of what this is about, is kind of getting used to using that larger sizing to where I'm comfortable taking larger gains and taking bigger losses, which are going to happen, you know. Good morning, Eric.
All right. I was looking up that HCLP, and you can see there is a 450 million aggregate principal amount of senior unsecured notes. So it seems like they're trying to get investors back in this. They're going to get a pretty hefty amount on convertible notes. There can be convertible more than likely to stock options. So I'm going to actually go a little bit further in this. This is when I try to use my micro cap research resource, so then I can actually get even deeper and go into the SEC and really get into the stock. I don't do this on every stock, but definitely whenever I see something like an SEC filing or something, I actually want to go ahead and pull it up from their website so that I can actually find what the actual price that they're trying to go ahead and convert to.
Right.
So.
But yeah, no, they've been hating. I mean, they hate. The reason they hate, and it's hard for me to process them hating on me, because it's like, for number one, like Mitch says, like, we're pretty transparent. Like, I can't hide anything if I need to, and so you shouldn't really criticize somebody like that, because I'm not really claiming to be an expert. Another thing is that the last month and a week have mostly been net profit weeks. Like, in the last 5 weeks, I've had 4 profitable weeks and 1 losing week. And so it's like, even if they want to criticize me, it's kind of tough to with that record in the last week and, you know, month and a week, you know. And although I'm using small sizing, I've been, you know, consistently profitable for the last, you know, month or two. And so it's just about using that bigger gains to take some more out of the market, you know. Appreciate it, Mike. Appreciate it. What's up, Track Racer? How you doing, brother? Yeah, I hope you had a good weekend as well, brother. Chantel saying, I have seen experienced traders do the 600 account challenge, but always use margin. So I don't think it really transfers well to newbies. Yeah, well, I mean, with TradeNet, it's all margin. You know what I mean? Like, TradeNet gives you a $14,000 account to trade with. And, I mean, you have a $700 max loss, but it's all margin, you know. But I do think that using just the equity you have in your account, especially when you're a brand new trader, is the way to do it. But I mean, if you're an experienced trader, you know, using margin, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. But if you're brand new, I don't think jumping in using huge sizing with margin is really going to do you, you know, that much good. What's up, Mike B?
Guys, 926, guys, 926. We're almost there, guys. Start visualizing your trades, knowing what you want, the important levels that you're looking for.
CTRV kind of coming down some. Same thing with CLF. I'm kind of looking for a VWAP fade and RWLK, Mitch. What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother? Yeah, I'm in Texas as well, Mike. So good morning from Texas as well, brother. Callum, I've been trading for 2 years, but only like regularly for about a year. Like in the last year, I've traded the market like every day, but I've been trading for about 2 years. Although I only traded for a little while 2 years ago, and then I kind of quit, and then I started up again about a year ago. And so about 2 years, about a year consistently though. All right, so you can see CTRV coming down some. All right, guys, it's 8:27. We got 3 minutes. We got CTRV coming down some. Broke under that support at $1.10. We got RWLK. It's still up a lot from yesterday. Watching for a potential short, although it's a little bit cheaper than I like to do. Watching CLF. It's coming down some here as well. Down to 1038. Watching HCLP, obviously, it just bounced nicely off the VWAP. I think this was probably a glitch. Maybe it was a market order filled, but it could have been a glitch as well. Some people are saying it's not on their charting either, so we'll see. Right, exactly. Track racer. It's dangerous, especially for new traders. NLST. So you said you were watching IQ this morning, Mitch? AWSM CYH. It's kind of a slow morning, honestly. It's not that great.
It's a slow morning for the long side. I'm seeing most long side traders being a little bit more careful. So that's just something to be aware of, guys.
All right, we got a minute and a half. Gonna drink some coffee, wake up a little bit before the open. All right.
One of the keys that I always say, guys, you have to visualize your trade before the open. If what I mean by that is actually like kind of like close your eyes, expect to see that VWAP fade for like I just see it, big red candle, bouncing up to that VWAP, hammering down at an important price. Visualization is key, man. The best traders, they visualize their trades. They dream with them, man.
Yep.
I always recommend using that alert from Thinkorswim, guys. Getting those price alerts so you know exactly the prices that you want.
All right. So, good morning, Sean. Good morning, Insurance. What's up, brother? Good morning, Callum, Dan, Scooties, Ian. What's up, guys? All right, market opens up in 10 seconds. So good luck, everyone. All right, here's the bell coming up, so everybody be careful. Good luck. Hopefully we can all be green today. There's the bell. What's up, Ron? How you doing, brother? Yeah, good luck to you as well, Sean. All right, so CLF, bearish trend in pre. We'll see if it continues this bearish trend. Maybe bounce to that VWAP area.
High day for a BRN. Yeah, BRN going off on my momentum scanner, guys, for you long traders.
Up to 240s. SAEX pushing up some. BRN unfortunately isn't tradable. Maybe they'll add it tomorrow. BRN coming down some. Yeah, BRN actually kind of looks like that VWAP fade like pattern in pre-market. You see here's that big support level at 220. So like if it breaks underneath that, bounces to the VWAP, it might be okay. Unfortunately, I can't trade it, but watching for it anyway. CLF kind of continuing its little bearish trend here.
All right, guys, there's some pretty good levels there on the pretty good red wash there on HCLP. I'm trying to see because there's this hidden.
Look at the time in sales.
Definitely a hidden seller or a hidden buyer there at 13. You see all those hundreds rolling through there?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by hidden.
Yeah, a lot of red on the timing sales. A lot of red.
Yeah, and so my big sales, my big time in sales sees at 13. There was 17,000 shares at 13.10. There was another about 10,000 shares there. So what we want to see is that 13.20 would be the signal for more long. If it holds these 13s, that's what you want to see on the more long side. Break down to the support 1279. That's when we'll start looking the opposite way.
CLF starting to push up. Just broke the high of the day. It might get up there to test 1050. All right, BRN may be a little VWAP test here. I think it's probably going to get rejected and go back down on BRN, but who knows? It could push up easily as well. I'm just saying quick little VWAP fade possibly here. You see the bounce to the VWAP. CLF starting to look bullish, pushing up. RWLK. RWLK may be a VWAP fade. The only problem and the reason I'm not going to jump in RWLK is it's too cheap. It's too close to that whole dollar of a one. And so I'm not trying to get in and just have that bounce to support. I just don't have enough room there.
A little bit of a miss there on I. I was seeing it for the VWAP fade, but kind of swing right there.
Yeah.
I need to see more volume in that. I'm just going to let it go. I'm watching HCLP and stack, guys.
All right, there goes BRN. Like I said, it looks like a VWAP fade setup. I'll be right back, Mitch. Hold the stream down.
No stress. All right, guys, we saw HCLP there bounce off the support. Yeah, quiet day, guys. Quiet open. Just to let you guys know, quiet day, guys. Don't push anything so far right now. We haven't really seen major volumes. Yeah, DDE definitely looked more on the short side. Just something that we can trade. Seeing RWLK there at 105s. It's definitely pushing down on it, guys. Like I said, the key level is 125 on the long side, $1 on the bear side.
All right, so I'm back. Watching RWLK a little bit here. Also CLF for a bounce back to this VWAP.
There you go, is HCLP, guys, above that 1320, guys. That's more the signal for long.
Yeah,
Want to see that 1320s hold.
We were spot on with that one, brother.
Yeah, just saw the levels of buying and selling, and there's definitely a good buyer there at 13. He's not a seller, he's a buyer. He's a hidden. He's probably dark pulling, and what you're gonna see is it test that level again, test them out.
I'm really thinking about buying CLF right here for a washout.
CHF, guys, CHFS going off on my alert scanner. CHFS.
All right, look, I'm in CLF right now with 100 shares.
CHFS, guys, going up there.
I'm in CLF with 100 shares on the VWAP fade, looking for the VWAP fade down to under 1030.
Nice. I like it.
See if we can come back down to these lows here.
Your entrance 1040 or 1039? What was it?
1032. Didn't get in close enough. Actually, a bad entry, but
disrespect or stop.
Yep.
We're at the support here, so you want to see it break down here.
Right.
There you go. You see, guys, for HCLP holding those 1320s there, guys. Holding those 1320s. I know that CHFS probably just took off there. It went up there to 190, came back to the 9 EMA 165.
There
Let's
we
see it
go.
hold there for 5 minutes.
All right, so here's the test right here on CLF. Down to 1025 now. Down to
Yeah, it's holding
1027.
that support pretty well there. Let's see if it cracks.
Bounce back. Yeah, if it breaks over this 1030 level, I'm out for break even. Too much chance it's going to get squeezed up here.
The bounce is to 1035 if you want to risk off a 1040. It's going to come to that VWAP. All right, seeing 8 CLP, guys. Hold those 1320s, guys. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. We're going to look for this next minute to pass 938. At 938, if it's still holding those 1320s, I can go ahead and take a long trade off of 13. See huge action went through there at 1330s. 11,000 shares and then 15,000 shares. So there's a big seller in this, and he's up there at the 1330s. He's bought in at 13, sold some up there. So that's why it came back down. We're looking for it to hold there and get above. All right, guys, I'm looking for a bounce for staff to 290s.
What do you think about an ad here on CLF?
CLF, the only ad that I would see is 1035s at the VWAP, risking off a 1040. That's the only ad I could see. And if you would do it, I would look to take some shares down there at 1025 and then look for the bounce for the re-ad.
Right.
Give yourself a little profit, even if it's a small profit.
Yeah, see, there's the BRN. I'm telling you, Mitch, this BRN trade is kind of confirming that my thesis with these washout longs, or with these VWAP fade setups here.
Ooh, nice move on I. The only problem is that it was above the VWAP, not what I like. If it was below that VWAP, I would have been taking this trade. 8 CLP, guys, there. We're on that 5th minute, and it's holding those 1320s. It's now on the ask and the bid at 1315. So what you want to see, it's swing up through 1320s, up there to 1330s, and then it's going to push. You're going to see the ask get filled a little bit.
All right, I'm looking for an ad here on CLF. I just tested the VWAP again.
What's your ad out for? 1035s?
Yeah, I'm going to see if it bounces back up there.
Okay. $10.28s. I saw about 3,000 shares go through there. So that's the level to crack down on the way down. There you go. You got that VWAP touch.
And then my risk will be at 1038, I think. If I do add.
Yeah, I like that. I like that risk spot, 1038. It's a 3-cent risk for that added shares. That's good. Yeah. Guys, 8 CLP there. Crack that support there, 13. So now what we're going to be looking for is big volume coming in here on this 13 washout. I want to see up there about 200K on the 1 minute to actually give me more confirmation. And then we'll look for a bounce back up to this. It's going to play games for a little bit, so just kind of keep an eye on it. Staff bounce to 288s. Can risk off of $3. Another stock that I missed is VKTX there, guys.
Volume's a little low in this market right now, though.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that all around. The market is a little bit low in volume. Beautiful trade on I almost took it instead of a VWAP off the 9 EMA, but it's just not the strategy. I want to stick to the strategy, guys. RWLK there broke the $1 there, guys. I'm looking for a bounce back to VWAP 105. I could risk off of 110 and get a little bit bigger sizing in this.
Yeah, it looks like a good little VWAP fade from 10.05 on RWLK, but it's like I say, like it's too cheap. You know, there's not enough room in my opinion. I mean, it could come back
There
down,
you
but it's
go,
just too cheap.
CLF. Did
Yeah,
you
I
get
never
your
got
ad?
no, it never really quite bounced back up to that 1035 level. Maybe
Alright,
I
no
might not have.
stress.
I only have 100 shares. Maybe I shouldn't have been that rigid in it, but I mean,
What's your sizing? 100?
100. Yeah.
All right, so then what I would look for is an ad through the support. If it can break the support, you can add for the washout. But
Right.
I think you're leaving yourself a little tight room for this profit.
Yeah.
So
The
it's
biggest
kind of
thing, like
like
100.
crackdown or not.
Right. I mean, I should have analyzed the range because it's like for 100 shares, you know, it's a $10 stock over $10, and so usually 100 shares would work, but with
There
this
you go.
one, in this
Let's
case,
see the levels right here. I saw some good selling there at 1025.
yeah, it's testing these lows here again. It's kind of the crucial level. I mean, the good news is that I got a good entry, and so if it does squeeze up, I can get out for a very small loss, which is good. But
Yeah,
obviously, I'm looking for that low of the day crack here. And I also want to see this resistance hold around 1030.
yeah, it'd be nice if it holds 1030s. Mm.
All right, HCLP looking good on the short side here, coming down to around the low of the day at this point. Watching for a VWAP rejection. See if that $13 level holds.
Guys, everything that's gone up today has quickly calmed down. So just want to let you guys know that one. All right, guys, watching HCLP. I want to bounce up here somewhere, probably right above VWAP for a VWAP rejection play. It would have to be right above VWAP 1305 to risk off of 1315. It's a VWAP
CTRV.
rejection play.
CTRV running up nicely here. CTRV's been pushing up bullish. Look at I, another bounce to the VWAP area, Mitch. And MTSL, I'm kind of mad I missed MTSL, but not enough volume. JMEI for a possible VWAP fade, Mitch. JMEI. If it bounces back up there.
Yeah, if we could get to like 222 or 223, I'll look for it. HCLP, guys, some good volume there at the bottom there at 83. Could be bag buyers. One of the key things is this stock has been kind of keeping range between 1280s and 1331. So don't want to rush too early into this. Have you seen the volume has kind of died down here? So that means that the big buyer or seller is not in it yet. It's just waiting around.
CLF kind of consolidating around 1030. It's kind of the crucial level here. I want to see it hold underneath. We'll give it that time. Appreciate the sub, Surly. Appreciate the sub, Robert. Welcome, guys. Appreciate it.
I have a short trader that's long on DDE, so just calling it out there for you guys. So that should probably still be looking good on the long side. All right, guys, one stock that I'm calling out here, guys, that I did not see pre-market is CDMO, guys. CDMO, getting a little life. So I saw an extension up there to 635. I want to see 620s hold for about 5 minutes, and then we'll start looking for that nice off the VWAP long.
CDMO.
Yeah, CDMO.
Yeah, that bounce off the VWAP.
JMEI almost to the level that I
Right.
am interested in it.
Gonna have to use bigger sizing with it, but
It's a small range.
all right. I'm gonna set my stop for CLF at 1036, and then possibly jump in JMEI here.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
I
a
got my
little
stop
tight.
set.
You still in CLF?
Yeah, I'm still in it.
All right, there's a little squeeze of the VWAP. Let's see if it holds this. I think 1035s could be your out now.
Yeah, that's why I have my stop set. It's 1036, but same thing basically. If it squeezes over that, you know, I'm out. Ugh. Didn't get in JMEI, but there was that move. Ugh. It hurts.
I mean, it's a 3-cent move. Don't stress it.
I mean, the range is so tiny on it. It's hard to it's hard to profit.
Yeah, exactly. There's not room there for you guys.
All right, CLF back to the VWAP 1032 now.
All right, guys. One to watch is CHFS above 175s. You can take a risk off of 170s. It needs to get up there to 175s though. Ultimate risk is 165, so you'd probably be risking about 10 cents. I could see this one magnet to $2. The key is the volume died out after that extension at the beginning.
Look at I for the VWAP fade, brother. Oof.
Yeah, I was watching it. It's just...
And even though JMEI had a tight range, it's still fulfilled, you know, for the most part at this point.
Yeah, I was the
play.
Of a stock to look at that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, the VWAP just being a little bit lower just scared me out of it. That was a great trade. Look at that, down to 1825.
I know, it looks good.
I was looking to get in on those green candles when it bounced at 933.
Yeah, we're looking at I, guys. You can see this VWAP fade on I right here. Beautiful example. Bullish or bearish trend bounce to the VWAP at 1856.
You guys saw it on the watch list.
Yep.
Watching the staff bounce here, but guys, with just no volume in the name.
Yeah, the market's slow right now, really. Like the
it's
overall
a slow
market.
Monday, guys. Slow Monday for what Mondays usually bring.
For sure. Mondays are usually good. Today's pretty slow. CLF kind of choppy at this point. Don't like it as much. CTRV cracking underneath the VWAP for a second. Yeah, staff kind of bouncing to the VWAP area here, but volume's just so low.
Oof.
Trying to give CLF that little bit of time. Man, there goes I. Look at that beautiful wash for that VWAP fade on I.
Yeah. I was looking at Hula and IQ here as Hula's breaking down. IQ usually follows it. Yeah, definitely not something yet. I haven't really seen anything, guys, that I want to take a trade on.
Yeah, just slow. Which happens. Hopefully the summer months don't have too much longer. We got about a month left for the summer months. And then hopefully we'll get some volume back in this market. Honestly, I've heard a lot of people saying that it's been a slow summer. And I mean, while the volume's been slow, it actually hasn't been too bad. I think this summer was better than last summer.
Way better.
You know, they had a lot of plays and a lot of volume this summer, really. Today, not so much, but, you know, the opportunities were there this summer. All right, so CLF actually putting in higher highs here, making me trust it a lot less, and it's consistently bouncing back to that VWAP area.
All right, guys, watching HCLP there, guys. VWAP rejection there, looking interesting. It went to the level that I actually wanted, 1305. I just never got in there. Could have gave me a nice little 10-cent win there to begin with. But I'm looking at it on this 13 level, see what's going on, see if there's buyers stepping in.
I appreciate the sub. Kyle, welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. It's kind of the make or break level for CLF here. If it continues up, I'm just going to get out for break even. CTRV, maybe a little VWAP rejection here. CTRV. Also, MTSL bounced to the VWAP, Mitch. MTSL.
Yeah, I'm watching right now the HCLP play. Might do this red to green here. It's up there at 1305 again. So I'm just kind of watching it. I'm looking for levels, important levels. I'm looking for volume.
Appreciate the sub, Dawson. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man.
There's a squeeze up there. Right back, guys. Watch for those 11-15s, 13-15s, 13-20s to hold. Remember, it was a resistance.
A lot of people talking about DDE in the chat. DDE.
Yeah, that was one of the top stocks today. Just can't get in it.
And CLF just going sideways.
You know, it's a bigger stock, but eBay did a nice VWAP fade also.
eBay.
Yep. I had that one on the side because it's been going down on the daily, day in and day out.
Here's a bounce on I.
Yeah, the problem with I, guys, is that it loves to really bottom out. As you see the moves down, they're really, really sharp. And then it has great bounce backs. But I also see that this stock always in the afternoon has a tendency of starting to fill in that short that it did in the beginning of the day. So it could have bottomed out there at 1804. That's what you want to more along see, the volume that got in there at that bottom spot.
Nice, Sky. Congrats. Good trade, brother. Good trade.
Yeah, definitely not the best day, guys.
Yeah,
not
for
the
sure.
best day for moves.
Slow day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's the drop on CLF. Yeah, I'm trying to let CLF work. I mean, my ultimate plan is to ride it under the break of the lows, but we'll see if it gets there.
I like it, dude. I like it. At least you're able to hold right now off your wrist.
It's just so choppy at this point, which the market being slow doesn't really help, you know.
Yeah, that 1025 is just a hard support.
Yeah.
Saw some volume come in there at 29s, 5,000 shares.
Yeah, me too. I'm watching it to see where it goes. If it squeezes up, my hand's over the cover button.
Yeah, the good thing is I think now you can do 1034s.
Yeah.
The VWAP has slightly gone down, so
yeah,
helps
for sure.
you out.
Right.
All right, guys, alert to FAMI and HCLP there, guys, going off to the high of day. FAMI is halted at 439.
Whoa.
And HCLP, guys, there at 1350s, guys. Remember what it did? It held those 1320s, and now that there's a hidden buyer or seller that's up there, guys. Be careful. As you see, when it slams down like that from the high of day and goes all the way down to the support, that's big sizing getting in there, causing it to come right back down. You see a 1320, 10,000 share just went through there. So it squeezes up, and then they take big sizing, which causes it to bring it right back down. 20,000 shares going through there at 1330.
We'll see what HCLP does here. Like, I'd like to see it hold support over this at 1340, and then test that 1350 level, you know, after that. But we'll see. That's a big if it can hold support there. Yeah, and CLF is just choppy. Yeah, I giving you a few good little bear flags there on I.
Yeah, that was definitely a stock I should have been having more on a chart. More than enough room there to make some good profits.
All right, I got out for break even on CLF. I think it's gonna squeeze up here. It just
It's not
broke
a
it,
bad trade.
you
Not a
know.
bad trade. You're in there, gave yourself more than enough chance.
Yeah.
At the end, we both know it was more the entry that didn't give you room for
Look at that.
profit.
Look at that. That's why I watch it close. You know, people ask why I don't set hard stops is because this is why. Like I can see as soon as it breaks that crucial level, it had bounced in between 1031 and 1028 over and over again, and so I got out before that big squeeze up for a break even. I'm
Good
proud of
job,
that
brother.
exit, man. That thing squeezed up
Good
fast.
job.
I got out very minimal loss.
All right.
But yeah, today's not the day, guys. Today is really slow, really choppy. Not a lot going on here.
Yeah, if you're in the green today, guys, just really be careful with that profit. Understand that not many traders have green trades right now. So that's what you want to focus on and just get on out of here.
Just so slow right now.
CDMO, guys. CDMO has just been going up slowly there, guys. Remember, this one made a run on Friday. So
Yeah.
when you think about it, that's a beautiful chart, beautiful daily chart. If you were able to get in there on that first pullback when it went to 635 off of 628, risking off of 620 was the trade that I can see there. Then it holding that that resistance at 635 and then going up there all the way to 657 now. There's definitely some room there on the long side there for CDMO. Not one that I was watching too closely, but definitely some room there.
BRN had a bunch of good little VWAP fades here.
All right, guys, I'm getting that washed look on HCLP there. Right here is when if you guys could see it, that's what I'm talking about, the level twos. You see the red? You see a big seller there too at 1305, 5,000 shares. And then you see all this volume flash through there.
There it
And it
goes.
flashes through there on the red there, guys.
What do you think about I right now, Mitch? Bouncing back to the VWAP.
I'm looking for 1310s to get in here for HCLP there, guys.
On
1310s
the
would
long
get me
side
in
or short
immediate.
side?
Short side. Short side, 1320s is the stop right now. 1320s is the risk. A little bounce can get me in here, guys. I don't want to jump in there at 1295. It's just way too much risk for the potential on this stock. So you need a little bounce above 13 to get in there. You might get the 1305 on the ask, 13 on the bid. Maybe I'll take a chance there, but I'm looking for more of a 1310 push or 1305. Little bounce here is what I'm looking for. I did see sizing get in there though, you guys, on the downside. So I'm looking for it to bounce and then break.
You see I right here is one that looks somewhat interesting. It's bouncing to the VWAP now. It's already had 3 or 4 bear flags though. But it looks okay at this point.
FAMI, guys. I think FAMI opened up, guys. Yeah, FAMI opened up. Went up there to 675s, down to 638. It has a huge range there, about 60 cents there, guys. Bigger names, but you can take a watch on them. Hula and IQ, back to VWAPs, but nothing I want to trade yet.
Yeah, the volume overall is just slow today. What did TLRY end up doing? TLRY had a few little VWAP fades. I'm kind of bummed out I missed it. TLRY, a little bit more expensive of a stock, but it had a few nice little bear flags there.
Yeah, it had more of a VWAP rejection play.
Right.
You see the stocks today, they didn't really make the VWAP fade. They pushed just slightly above the VWAP, which didn't let us get in there.
Yeah.
It's not our strategy. We don't want to test our strategy on the downside.
Right.
I'll test it. I'll test it the opposite way, but I'm not going to test it in getting in stocks higher.
I think I was probably the best VWAP fade today. If you look at I here.
Yeah, I without a doubt. That's why it's part of my watch list almost every day because the volatility that this stock has, the drive that this stock has made on the daily chart, it just calls for, a correction at least.
Right.
And I had the important levels of 849, 855. Pre-market, I had set an alert for 1850s, and you can see it when it opened up. It just hammered down there. Definitely gave us a chance to get in there at 1854.
Right.
It's a beautiful move there.
Really obvious one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll
beautiful,
see if it
beautiful.
does the VWAP fade here, but at this point, it's kind of like a coin flip, you know?
And the best part about that point right there, that's the limit of my VWAP fade time limit. It's 9:45. Right there, it happens at 9:45.
Right.
After 9:45, guys, I'm not looking for VWAP fades. Like right now, I'm not looking for a VWAP fade. I'm looking for either VWAP rejections or held longs.
Right.
There's no point in looking for them anymore because the opening drive momentum is gone.
For sure.
VKTX there, also an idea.
Ooh, there's a little VWAP test. It had a good little VWAP fade there as well.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I was watching. Also pre-market, just not enough volume there at the beginning. It bounced a little bit higher when it bounced.
Yeah.
See, each stock kind of did that today. Like it just bounced like 3 or 4 cents higher than the VWAP. And that's not what I like to see. I like to hold that VWAP pretty strong.
Right, me too.
All right, guys. HCLP there, guys. Starting to get really interesting. It's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes holding there, just slightly above the VWAP. You could risk off of here, off of 1318 or 1320. I'm looking to get in on the little click up. I'm looking for one tick up to get in there.
Which one?
1305, 1310.
Oh, HCLP.
HCLP.
Yeah.
You could see the risk off of 1320. But it is pretty holding well down there. The stock has been stuck in a range.
ENPH looking good. TLRY, VWAP fade, Anthony. Yeah, it's bouncing up there. I mean, the biggest thing, it looks like half decent VWAP fade. It's good risk reward regardless. Risk 32, 35, reward down to 30, 42. So not too bad risk reward there. We'll see though. If it breaks this high right here, I'd be very weary of it. This 31, especially 32 right there. So keep an eye on it though. ENPH. Some people said ENPH.
Eyes back there at a nice level. RWLK there, guys. Looks like it's going to break down that pattern and get back underneath those $1 and hold it.
ENPH, I don't know if I like this one. It's just low volume, not really moving, kind of small range overall relative to the price, and so it's not my favorite one.
VKTX, I saw huge selling in this stock on Friday around the $11, 11.05 range. And you see when it came up to the VWAP today, it just kind of rejected again. It's definitely interesting. I'm looking for a big seller to step in there. I'm looking for big volume or at least a big seller. And it'll probably bounce up there to the $11 range and you can risk off 11.10.
Right.
HCLP there broke the 13s and is holding underneath VWAP now. It's getting interesting. The only problem with this stock is that I feel like there's bigger plays at hand. Bigger
Right.
plays meaning that hidden trades, dark pool trades. Those are not the trades we want to be more a part of. We want to find retail traders.
Right.
You see 8 RWLK there broke the support of 97. Let's see if it can make that a resistance now and keep coming on down.
Appreciate the subs, Warren. Appreciate the sub, Adam. Appreciate the sub, Dawson. Welcome, guys. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream.
I was thinking about Hula there for VWAP rejection, but
HULA.
yeah, because it goes very similar with IQ.
What is it? HULA? I'm not showing it.
Yeah, HUYA.
Oh, HUYA.
YA.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
very similar to IQ. Watch, look at IQ. They run hand in hand.
Yeah, true. And I know somebody mentioned TLRY.
Getting more confident on HCLP there, guys.
There it goes.
When I saw that crackdown there of 13, it rejected 13 pretty hard there. Share sizing that went through there at 1290, 3,000 shares. So I'm looking for more of a bounce now to 13s or 1296.
Appreciate the sub, Angelo. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, if it cracks under 1275, it looks interesting because it has a lot of support there in pre, and it's gonna pull down to test it. It's bounced off there numerous times, and so if it can crack under 1276, 1275, it looks good down to the 1250s at least. SAEX. Look at SAEX here.
Yeah, guys, today's not the day to overtrade, guys. Don't try chasing profits today, guys. Volume not there. You don't want to be chasing profits.
For sure. Today's not that day.
Yeah, not that day at all.
So slow, you know. I don't know what's going on. Mondays are usually good, and then the rest of the week's kind of slow, but today Mondays are slow.
Changes it up. That's why we got to be traders, you know.
Right. But yeah, SAEX trying to crack these lows here. Very small range overall, but it doesn't look too bad here.
All right, I'm watching Julia and IQ. I'm going to let them work a little bit, but if they fail these important levels for HUYA 3580s, for IQ, it's going to be 3330s. I'm looking for them to fail this. IQ looks like the more bearish one right now, as it's below the VWAP.
Right.
And been testing up to the VWAP. But what I need to see is confidence in the trade. So I want to see certain hard levels just getting rejected. That shows hidden sellers and shorters that are up there.
Right.
If you look at the daily, it has a doji right now. So doji is meaning that essentially it doesn't know which way to go right now, up or down. It does have a resistance there at 1368. So that's what it's testing right now. It's up there pushing on it. It's an old support of the daily.
You see VKTX testing this whole dollar of 11 again. It's at 1102.
Yeah, VKTX, that's one that I was kind of interested in. Only problem with that one is there's literally no range.
Right. And it's tough. It's 50-cent
tough range today, guys. Yeah. Tough range today. Like we said, you know, we're not trying to trade for one day today. We're trying to really establish this weekly and this 2-week trial that we're going through. So I'm not trying to force any trade today. It has to be the pattern.
There's the VWAP rejection on TLRY. Or the VWAP fade, I'm sorry, on TLRY. There it is. Really nice example of it here.
All right, guys. HCLP there, guys, is just holding on that support there, guys. It went down to 12.85 there. You know, that $13 could have been an entry, but I never really got the spot that I wanted, so I never took the trade.
On HCLP?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I need to see is a big volume here, guys. This stock still has a nice range on the daily. If you see on the daily, on Friday, it was actually heading down, and it had actually gapped down and was trying to break the support there. Ended up breaking support at 11.15, And then for today, for it to gap up, is just based on the news. So we're going to see if it holds the catalyst.
That's rough, Jimmy. Hey, that's rough, brother.
Fami back down to the 9 EMA guys there. Went up and just did nothing after that halt. That usually shows you guys that when we're having a bullish market and these stocks tend to do that halt, it goes to a second halt, goes to a third halt, and then it starts coming down.
Yeah.
Today we got a one halt, and then it completely just failed that second halt to go up.
Fami?
Yeah, on Fami.
Yeah. Hey, the volume's probably going to come down, it looks like, on this one. DDE, a few people talking about DDE on the long side here. VKTX. I'm kind of watching VKTX for this VWAP fade at this point, but it's a little late for the fade. SAEX breaking under those lows here. SAEX. Not the most volume for sure, but cracking under the lows here. We'll see. Want to see volume pick up, obviously.
This is when I start using that trade idea scanner. I'm looking for upper and lower daily Bollinger Bands to be breaking. And so that just shows me stocks that are moving today. Starting to find the charts that I like.
Look at JMEI. Nice little VWAP fade. Small range, small window, but nice little VWAP fade twice there. Testing the lows at this point.
Yep. You just had to this is when you get that lesson in that your share size should not be according to just the chart itself. It has to be according to the profit that you need and the risk you're trying to trade. So if it was JMEI, if you're trying to risk $50 there, it's only really a 2 or 3 cent risk. So you got to increase your size according to that.
Appreciate the sub, Richard. Appreciate the sub, Angelo, Warren. Appreciate it, guys. Welcome. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those tight range stops. You'd have to use bigger sizing if your goal is to make any significant gain. I'd probably use 500 shares.
Hey guys, AMPE guys, going off on my high day Momo.
Yeah, AMPE getting a volume spike here. It's up to the whole $3.
Test.
Not looking bad.
CDMO there, guys. It held those 640s pretty well. Testing up there again. That's one to watch for too. That has a decent range there, guys. Decent range there on CDMO.
What was the one you said before? ADMP?
AMPE.
AMPE, that was it. All right.
Yeah, there goes a $3 break. Brought it to you guys right before that $3 break, so you can do a little scalp on that. It's a scalp play for sure. It's something that you want to go too long on, but has potential to get up there to 362 would be the next level. 327s, I could see it going to on this break.
I could see it failing here. Really, it could fail. You know, it just depends. It hasn't moved up since it broke 3. It needs to find support there first.
9,000 shares going through there.
Look at that volume come in.
3.
The time in sales is mixed though.
Yeah, definitely mixed.
So it's kind of like the longs and shorts are battling it out here. See who wins. There it goes.
310s.
Spreads a little. Yeah.
Definitely nothing I want to trade, guys.
Yeah, me neither. Look at HCLP. I mean, it's still kind of sideways consolidating here. Waiting for it to test that low at 1275 is what I'm kind of watching for it. TLRY had a nice little fade.
Huya to fail those 35 75s again, and then I'll probably look for a revap rejection on this. But it needs to fail again. Until it fails again, that's when I'll start looking at it. Not many times, guys. I say that I don't think I'm gonna make a trade today, guys. But this might be a day that there's no trades taken.
I feel you, man. It's just slow, brother.
Yeah.
I
Not
look
gonna
at
force anything.
SAEX here. SAEX cracking under those lows. Volume kind of came in some here. We'll see what happens, but volume kind of came in once it cracked these lows. Super small range. Tough to kind of make any significant gain, but looks okay.
Definitely not seeing anything. It's just calling out to me.
It's just slow. And this is the days that I'm glad I didn't trade. Like, I wasn't super active today just because everything's so slow. It's just really hard to, for any type of momentum setup that we trade, the volume has to be there. It has to have volume. If it doesn't have volume, the momentum's not going to be there. The pattern's not going to be able to fulfill. And so the volume is necessary, in that you have to have it in order for these patterns to work. And if the volume's not there, the patterns just aren't working. VKTX looked like a nice little VWAP fade earlier today, though. You can see this little move here, bearish
The only
bounce.
stock I really see right now on potential is Huya and HCLP, guys.
Right.
But it's holding there. There's like bag holders there at 1285s. It's on like what I call that 50-50 chance.
Yeah, volume's low.
Yeah, it just died out there.
Which might be a good thing for shorts, especially if the volume kicks in when it cracks these lows. But at this point, it's just sideways trend.
Looking like it might just be a pool day, guys.
Yep. Vacation day, brother.
About to crack a cold one. Go to the pool.
Watch some TV,
Yeah, take it easy kind of day. I actually have a day off today. I usually don't have Mondays off.
Yeah, volume's low. I mean, here come HCLP's continuing to kind of test those lows, but gonna have to wait until a crack here. AMPE didn't end up holding. It's testing the whole dollar now. We'll see if it holds over 3 right here.
All right, guys. I'm really looking at Hula. It's probably about the only thing that I could see myself trading today. Just don't know if it's going to give me a chance to enter here, because it's not about just slamming on the bid here at 35.40s. That's not how you trade well, because the bounce is about 35 cents there.
Right.
You see it cracked. It never gave me a chance, guys.
Yeah.
I would need a bounce to the VWAP now.
Look at HCLP, Mitch. HCLP. There's the crack under the low of the day, testing 1275.
Volume came in
Yep.
at 85s, 2,000 shares, and 89, 4,000 shares. Yo, boys, stop fighting around me.
Alright, AMPE may be finding support at the whole dollar now. We'll see.
EXSO, no volume, but spiking through $2.
You mean EKSO?
Yeah, EKSO.
Yeah, a little bit of spike coming in.
There. See, this is what I meant by important levels rejecting there for Hula. You just start seeing those important levels reject, and what you're looking for is a third reject. I just didn't get the third reject. I got 2. You can maybe call those first early 2 tries as maybe 1 or 2, but I like to see it go up to the resistance, create a support up to the resistance, bounce off the support, and you see it never went up there to that 75. I would have liked to see go up to about at least 70 mark and then broke through the VWAP, and that's probably when I would have tried to go ahead and go short.
Right.
65s off 75 because I want to kind of get in where my risk is the top for the VWAP rejection. When I notice I lose is when I chase and I go short somewhere in here and I risk off of the VWAP.
Right.
For the VWAP rejection, you need to be able to risk above the VWAP because you're rejecting it.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah, TLRY had a nice little VWAP fade.
All right, guys. I'm looking at FAMI, guys. If it can reject 438s, it has a chance to just come right back down. It's not really something that's too interesting to me. I could just see it. It could actually just get some volume and squeeze right back up there. But definitely today, guys, is just showing out that it's not the day to take some trades there, not the day to take some risk.
Right.
And since we're sizing up, we definitely don't want to just go ahead and just try to make trades happen. That's honestly the worst thing you can do as a trader.
For sure. Forcing trades on low volume days is the quick way to losing your account.
Yeah, really quick way. Not only that you're not getting the moves that you want to see, you're going to get more and more fake outs because there's no volume. So when volume jumps in, it has volatility.
Right.
And another thing that really hurts us on low volume days is that essentially the big traders leave.
Right.
They take off.
Which is the smart way to be.
Yeah, I always follow a couple of chat rooms, guys, and my big traders are already out of the market. They're gone.
Yep.
You see how FAMI rejected those 438s?
Yep.
It's kind of like what you can see for these parabolic shorts. What you're going to see is a consolidation range. And if no one buys it up there at 438s, it's not going to get back to those 450s.
Yeah, I doubt it will as well.
You see when it went up there at 33s, it sold 400, and never really hung out in the 430s there on the time and sales.
Right.
Saw 3,000 shares there at 432. That can be someone stuck on the long side or the short side, so you don't really want to rely on that. What you're looking for is failed attempts.
Right.
But really nothing there, man. CDMO there, guys, holding those 640s.
Yeah, I'll probably end up closing the stream down a little bit early today just because there's not anything really going on in this market right now. It's just super slow, kind of choppy day, not really too much action here. Overall just a very slow, kind of boring day, really. Hopefully we get some bigger movers coming in tomorrow, but as for now, it's just slow, choppy. Got out for break even. I'll take that for sure. Definitely happy with that. Maybe SAEX for this little VWAP fade. You can see SAEX here.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be smart, and I'm going to hold my risk also, guys. I'm interested in a couple, but every single time I'm interested, I'm really taking a more further assessment, see what my risk to reward can be, and in most cases, there's not that big 3-to-1 trade, so I don't want to take any 1-to-1 trades today, guys.
Yeah, I mean, look at SAEX. SAEX, if you got in here at 196, you could set a $2 risk, or a $2 risk, so that's 4 cents.
Down to there, guys. EXSO. EKSO is getting that volume.
Yeah, there it goes.
Looks like this is probably going to be the stock of the day, guys. It just increased 400,000 shares within about 5 minutes there, guys.
Up to 210.
So remember, 205 is the levels that if you're going long on. You don't want to be up there at 210s because you need to be able to risk off that $2 mark.
Yep.
Huge volume went in there at, let me find this particular spot. It's going to be 205s. 205s is the spot where most of the volume came in there.
HUYA bouncing back to the $0.50.
Yeah, IQ and HUYA are the only ones that kind of interest me, but it's a bigger stock for me. it would be like now off of 32.90s. I think IQ looks better off of that 33.
Right.
So you short there off of 32.90 off of that 33.
10-cent risk down to
Yeah,
280.
maximum risk, it pops up there to 32.13. But you have a good potential gain there. You have 30 cents to the support there,
Right.
32.50, or 40 cents actually from the entry.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
It's not a bad risk to reward trade. It's just more one of these trades that I'm trying to learn more for the rejection on bigger price. I see it work a lot more often than smaller price.
TLRY, squeezing up here, TLRY. Squeeze. Pushing up to 32s now. But yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and close the stream down early today, guys. There's just not much moving. I don't want to force anything, and I think being on the stream here is going to make me force something. So break-even day today, low volume day in this market. Hopefully tomorrow is a little bit better, but I'm not going to force anything, you know, just because I want to get in another trade. It's just low volume day. I'm taking it easy. Days like this are going to happen. You can't force trades on days like today. You can't overtrade. You can't, you know, you don't have to get into anything. You don't necessarily have to trade every single day. And so I think being selective about when you do trade is the important thing. This week I've been trying to use bigger sizing. And so I'm not going to take that huge risk today because there's just nothing moving. Everything's slow. The patterns aren't as reliable on days like today. And so, you know, I'm just taking it easy. Nothing wrong with that. Kind of easy day in the market. So, yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I day trade live on stream every weekday morning at 8:45 a.m. market time. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, if you want to check that out. If you want to do me a favor, appreciate the sub, Richard, by the way. If you want to do me a favor, click the like button on this video. It does help support us. Mitch and I kind of put it all out there. We live stream and we kind of give everybody our take on these trades, and so can't really hide anything. Try to be as transparent as possible. So hopefully we can finish the week out strong, and hopefully we get some more momentum and volume, more importantly, in this market tomorrow. Mitch, you want to say anything, brother?
No, I'm just happy that you know, we didn't force any trades today, guys. Now, one thing I will call out is that trade for IQ and Hula. This is the kind of trade that I want to do, kind of eventually get into. It's a little bit of a higher price name. Just want to call out a stock that is moving for you guys just before we get out of here is CETX. CETX. They're going off on my high day momentum.
Yeah, there it goes. Big move on CETX. Good call.
And other than that, guys, just always stay in the process. Remember, the approach is the destination, guys. Visualization is always going to help.
Yep, for sure. I agree. Well, all right, guys. Well, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you guys later. I'll try to pump a watch list video out tonight. If anybody has been watching my watch list videos and kind of wondering why I haven't been posting as many as I usually do, it honestly has to do with volume. You know, if there's nothing moving in after hours, there's no point in doing a watch list because, you know, ultimately I'm really judging it off of my pre-market gappers more than my after hours. So unless we get some good movers in after hours, you know, I probably won't do a watch list, but it all depends. Hopefully we get some big movers today and the volume comes back in. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, like I said, if you want to see me day trade live on stream every weekday morning, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'll be streaming tomorrow morning, same time as always, 8:45 a.m. market time. And yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. Click the like button on this video if you want to support us, and have a good day, guys. I'll see you all later. All right. Have a good one, Insurance, Mike, Salty, Ben, Track, Mike, Amy, Jimmy. Have a good one, guys. See y'all tomorrow.